How to crochet the half double crochet chainless foundation. For this stitch, you'll need a crochet hook and a ball of yarn. Special thanks to our sponsor Webb's for providing today's yarn. Today we are using their Northampton yarn from their Valley Yarns line in the color Lake Heather. The half double crochet chainless foundation is a technique for starting your work without doing a foundation chain. So normally when you are doing your beginning of a project, you'll create a slip knot and then you'll do a chain and you'll do a bunch of chains depending on how many your pattern says, and then once you've chained all of your foundation chain, then you'll start working back into the pattern. And there's nothing wrong with this technique. It's a great way to start your projects, and it's the way that most people learn how to do it. But to start without a foundation chain lets your finished edge look a little bit more professional. You get this nice kind of chain along the bottom of your project, and your edge is going to be a little bit more stretchy and will line up with your work a little bit better as well. So if you have a problem with chaining too tightly along the bottom, your work can kind of pucker in a little bit from time to time. So this technique will keep you from having that issue. So let's show you how we do it. For step one, we're going to make a slip knot and place that onto our crochet hook. If you don't know how to make a slip knot, we've got a video on our website that will show you how. Just look for how to make a slip knot for crochet. Alright, then for step two, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now usually when you're doing a half double crochet you would chain 2, but we need this third chain for the bottom of our work. For step 3, we're going to yarn over, and then we're going to insert the tip of our hook into this first chain of our 3 chains here. And when we're doing this, we want to make sure that we get the hook right into behind this V. So we're going in the front part of this V. You can see here's our little V. We're going to go right in the middle, but we also want to make sure that we're coming behind this back strand. So you can see there's actually 2 strands on the hook here. So we're picking up both of those. We want this second strand to be on the front of our work. Now for step 4, we're going to yarn over and draw through that first chain stitch there. And for step 5, we are going to yarn over and chain 1. Okay, now we're going to complete our half double crochet by yarning over. And this is step 6, and drawing through all 3 loops on our hook. So now we've created our first half double crochet, and we're going to repeat this sequence starting from going through the stitch. So I'm going to yarn over my hook first, then I'm going to insert into this bottom V stitch here. Okay, so we can see there's a V right here. We're going to go into the V, and again we're going to go behind those 2 strands. So again we have what looks like 2 stitches on our hook. It's all part of one stitch, but this is the back part of the stitch we want on the front of our hook. So we'll yarn over and draw through that stitch, and then we're going to yarn over and chain 1. Okay, and this is going to be key here. You don't want to forget this chain 1, because what the chain 1 does is this creates the next section of our work. So we're actually adding stitches along the bottom as we go, so that chain 1 is what adds the next stitch. think of it like being the actual chain in our foundation chain. And so that while we're not starting out with our foundation chain to begin with, we're creating it as we go along. So that's what that additional stitch is. So I'm going to do this again a couple times for you. Again, we can see that we have our V stitch. It's this stitch right here along the bottom. We're going to yarn over and insert right into the center of that stitch. And again, remember, we want to get behind this strand on the back. We don't want to come on the other side of it. If we only have one strand on it, then we've got a problem. So we want to come right behind this second strand here. Because this is what's going to give that nice chained look along the bottom edge. So we've drawn through, we're going to yarn over and chain one. Then we'll yarn over and draw through all 3 stitches, or all 3 loops on our hook. So let's do this for you one more time. We're going to yarn over, and this is because we're doing the half double crochet. We're going to go into the V stitch below our stitch. So there's one stitch right here. It's kind of an upside down V that's coming right from the loop. We want the one right below that. Go right into the middle, pick up that back loop, yarn over and draw through, yarn over, chain one, yarn over, and pull through all 3. So we'll keep doing this until we've cast on all of the chains in our foundation chain that's required by our pattern. And then when you are at the end of your foundation row, we're just going to start working the next section. So here I'm going to do another half double crochet. I'll turn this around. We've chained 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, skip the first stitch, yarn over and draw through all 3. And then we can continue working half double crochet all the way across. So that's how we do the chainless half double crochet foundation. Want more New Stitch a Day? Check out our website at newstitchaday.com.